So a while ago, my wife and I saw a couple where the guy strapped a watermelon to his stomach and went about daily tasks to see how it was and kind of simulate being pregnant. So we just had a baby 3 months ago and decided why not give it a try. So we bought a watermelon and this is how things went. I went to go get the watermelon strapped on and realized that it's like oozing right there, which is pretty gross. But we're gonna put a little duct tape on there and call it good.
You want to shake it there?
16.4. So Hannah's already having a ton of fun with
I
this.
am already amused.
So yes, I'll hold the baby. Well,
You might want to put that camera down.
it'll be fine. So just out for the morning walk with the boys and Hannah and Freya. Trying to do things as normal as possible today. So still probably gonna mow the lawn. I don't know if we need to go grocery shopping, but the only problem with going grocery shopping is I'm probably gonna go for my run first, and I'm not gonna take the watermelon off to shower, so I'm gonna be like stinky and sweaty with all that sweat trapped in the saran wrap. But definitely is a little uncomfortable having it just press on my belly all the time. Makes me feel like I just need to burp. We finished the walk.
You did?
It was fine. It wasn't really hard to pick up dog poop, but that's because it's not actually a real baby inside my belly. So I can just like hang it over and pick it up.
Sure, really this watermelon should be about a couple inches lower, but...
But yeah,
well.
like I said, just the feeling of like, I feel like I need to burp because it's just putting pressure on my stomach. So one thing I did not think of is going to the bathroom. I might have to like sit down to use the toilet just so I can make sure that I hit the bowl because I can't see where things are at. The bowl or other bits. Well, went to the bathroom. It turned out okay. Now I'm gonna see if I can. I've got a couple toenails that need trimmed, so we'll see. Well, so I got the foot up, but I can't reach with the clippers. I just can't reach them. Oh man. I mean, I could get my foot up there just fine, but I just could not reach my toes with the clippers. I did not anticipate that being that hard.
Yeah.
So I just told Hannah that one of the worst things so far is clipping my toenails.
Yeah,
What did you
it's
say?
really hard to do when you're like super pregnant.
Like I could get my foot up there, up on the counter,
It's uncomfortable.
which is probably a little easier for me than someone who's actually pregnant.
Oh yeah.
But then like reaching
do that
around
here.
my belly and watermelon to reach my toes.
Watermelon
It was great.
Or when you like try and like hunch over.
That's next. I would be trying to hunch over to put my shoes on. So here we go. Socks and shoes to go for a run. Okay, so got the shoes on. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. But again, I think it's because it's the different of I have a watermelon hanging in front of me and not a baby inside of me. I was able to lean forward and let it just dangle, which I imagine is a lot different than when a baby is inside of you. All right, so it's time to go for my run. So I go running every day, and I am not breaking my running streak for today. So we'll see how it goes. I got to do at least 1 mile. I may try to go for 2, but got a baby on board. All right, so I'm not very far into my run, and this watermelon is all over the freaking place. Holy crap! It's bouncy. I have to like keep my hands on there to keep it from bouncing. Here we go. Also, some of my neighbors just saw me. And I don't really know these neighbors at all. They live down at the end of my street. I have no idea what they were thinking as they saw me slow running with a watermelon strapped to my belly. The thing that's most surprising right now is, one, how much pressure this puts on my diaphragm just by putting pressure on my belly, and two, how much my gait changes. Now I did a run last week with 20 extra pounds, but that was on a plate carrier, so 10 pounds on the front, 10 pounds on the back, and one, it wasn't compressing my stomach so I could breathe, and two, it was more evenly distributed, so I wasn't feeling it as much in my knees. My knees are feeling more pressure just by trying to compensate for being front loaded with the weight. So that's surprising. We're about half a mile in, and I am about 12 minutes a mile, which is significantly slower than what I usually run on an easy run. I'm not necessarily trying to go slow today, but it's hard to get in breath. You know, that diaphragm can't really drop down like I'm used to because there's no room with this watermelon pushing on my stomach. Oh, another side effect that it's having is it makes me feel like I need to burp all the time, as well as fart, let's be honest. All this pressure on my intestines, it just makes things want to work their way up or out. Kind of have this, like, it's not really nauseous, but just kind of like heartburny feeling. I think that's the best way to describe it, a heartburn feeling. Do pregnant bellies bounce this much when you run? I mean, I've never been pregnant, but look at this. You pregnant runners out there, let me know. Is this normal, or is this just because it's a watermelon? I feel like I have to keep one hand holding the watermelon in place to keep it from bouncing so much. Whew. Definitely just got a couple double takes from the guys out on the golf course as I was running. I'm sure they're wondering what in the hell I'm doing. I'll be honest, I'm kind of wondering that right now too. This is definitely harder than doing my plate run with push-ups a couple days ago, even though I'm about the same pace. I'm at 1.6 miles and the sweat is flowing. The watermelon is bouncing and I am ready to be done running. This is not one of my most favorite running challenges. Not even kinda. Almost 2 miles. Oh man. Oh, there's 2 miles. It looks like I'm at 22 minutes and 15 seconds. So that was 11 seconds, or 11 minutes and 8 seconds a mile. And I'm happy that 2 miles is over. Whew. I can't reach. That's not gonna work. Let's try going this way, so I can maybe reach you better. Alright, here we go. Oh, let's get you up. Whew. I mean, it's a very convenient babysitting spot. She can just sit right on my little watermelon. I mean, I don't know what my wife's complaining about. This is pretty convenient. It's a good baby carrier. Maybe not the safest. So we're gonna try one of the things that Hannah said was difficult was getting in and out of the vehicle.
So here we are, getting in and out of vehicles.
I mean, I think the hard thing would be just
Okay, but in reality though, the baby's gonna be like
down lower. Yeah.
down there.
Still wouldn't give me like a ton of space with the steering wheel. And I think this is another place where it's not as big of a deal. I think my car being a lower might be harder to get out of and into.
I'm in the car.
Okay, now I gotta get back out. So again, I think it's a little easier with the watermelon instead of a baby, but the lower car is definitely harder to get.
Yeah. Well,
Try laying on your tummy.
On my tummy. I don't think
Bjorn, can you back up? The struggle.
It'd be a hard part because I'm a belly sleeper, so
That's
I would
true.
not be a belly sleeper for. Oop. A nice dog under my feet, making it even better. There you go. My saran wrap's getting stretched out.
It's like your skin getting stretched out.
I'm gonna have
Loose saran wrap.
birthmarks, stretch marks,
Stretch marks.
stretch marks in my saran
Yeah.
wrap. Mmm. I can see how doing things that are close, that require you to be close to things, would be hard. So, changing this diaper right now is just a little more difficult because I can't get as close as I usually would. So I would imagine things like doing the dishes, other things where you have to,
uncomfortable to reach the sink.
things that because I'm limited on how close I can get. I have to do a lot of stand sideways, which then puts a lot of twist in your back. Yeah, so then I think by the end of the day, I could just add to the back being sore. And then, where you have all the weight there in the front, just the pull on the low back muscles. That was the one other thing when I was running that I really noticed more, was just the extra strain on my back in keeping upright with the 16 pounds in the front. I ended up taking the watermelon off a little bit early. I was planning on mowing the lawn while wearing it, but we ended up having some stuff come up where we had to go to a doctor's appointment and that kind of stuff that was kind of unforeseen. So I did take it off, which was fine. At that point, I kind of had a feel for how things were doing it. Talking with my sister who is pregnant, currently she says that one of the worst things is that when you're pregnant, you know that you're just going to feel that way until the baby comes. So with me, I knew the end was in sight, that I would be able to take off the watermelon and go back to my normal life, go for a regular run tomorrow. But that's just not the case when you are pregnant. You're stuck with it for another few months and know it's just going to get worse until you deliver.